Hey folks, it's Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is another new season of the NHL, and this is NHL 26, Season 5. Thank you all for joining us here. For everyone who has been making a postseason last season, we can't wait to see what the new postseason will look like with some different changes. But this time, we changed something different here for this game, and this time, we're doing length of periods 10 minutes each. That's right, 10 minutes is where we are going to be doing some line changes on this game, and we made a little difference here to do some screen recording on the screen. But this time, we're going to see how they can handle it with some new competition and some new players from the draft of NHL. So we are ready to start off with the first game of NHL 26 for Season 5. Today's matchup, the Capitals host the Dallas Stars for the first game of the Eastern meets the Western Conference. Now let's see what goes on to start things off. As we know for Alex Ovechkin, he's finishing off with his final year with the team and has scored over 895 goals over Wayne Gretzky's record. He now has 919 goals in the season to finishing up on a milestone. Everyone knows Ovechkin, the great Ovechkin, from the player that does for all and for everything. Plus, we have some updates here for a new percentage as we are looking at the X factors with skating strengths. Each players have some turn off the ability from in between the speed accelerations, some hits, and there's plenty of more. So if you want to check it out, there's a long way down. But anyway, let's get on to start things off with Alex Ovechkin. 1T starts off with the powerful accuration, with pressure and unstoppable powerful reverse hits. He's looking to finish it off for this season to see what he's got. Then next player we have is Dylan Strome. The ultimate ever player who has done to send a pass, makes a speed boosting and breakout passes. With tape-to-tape zone abilities, makes a precisable and powerful passes. Then the next one on the list we have is John Carlson. He also has the same thing with the other ones too. But the difference is, he makes a rocket and extreme heavy slap shots on his way. Of course, sending a pass is the same thing with Strome. Then Tom Wilson, a relentless and spark plug, and also playing with the team. Then Jacob Chikrin, after the last postseason, he now has a no contest and a warrior to resilient to pain-resistant performance. Then your starting goaltender is Logan Thompson. He's able to do his acceleration to recharge up and recoverably under pressure. Then the other player we are all expecting to see is to make the return a legendary and one of the best goaltenders. Then Pierre-Luc Dubois with the tape-to-tape precise powerful passes and quick picks, effortless and interceptions and some pickups. Alexei Protas with the quick release and a tape-to-tape zones from the precise and powerfulness on the passes. Connor McMichael with the tape-to-tape, the same thing that he does, but the big tipper. And finally, we have his Ryan Leonard, a spark plug to have a pressured and speed boosting the hits. Now let's get started off here under the starting group lineups for the X Factor players as we send it over to the Dallas Stars the other way. We start here from the top. We have Mikko Rantanen, a transfer from Colorado Avalanche, makes a quick release and a 1T powerful acceleration one-timer. He makes it a 1T motion of the tape-to-tape zones. Miro Heiskanen, he's back with Ely Wheels, Ely Edges, and ascended for the boost breakout. Jack Robertson, we have his quick release with the no contest, the same thing. Jason Robertson looking for his next goal tonight. Then your starting goaltender is Jake Ottinger. He's the same thing just like he does for the last one, but this time, the absorption and limited rebounds is on. Matt Duchene with Wheels and Big Tipper. Thomas Harley, the other one on the other side of it, has the same thing, but Ascendant and Ely Edges makes it sharp and nipple turns with the speed-boosting breakouts. Then for the next of the group is Wyatt Johnston, the big tipper and no contest ability. He has it all, and with that, Rupins has the same thing with Ely Edges too, but the quick draw is a face-off win to break things on from center from zones. Then it's Issa Lindell with a stick-em-up and quick picks on the other side of it. You gotta make a connection afterward if you get. Then the captain, Jamie Benn, the unstoppable powerful reverse hits with True Lenses destructive shoulder checks. Then finally, we have as the last player to give it all, Tyler Seguin, a quick release and 1T. That is it for the starting lineups, and now let's head on down to Dallas. As we have standing by, we have it across, is MePhone 11. He's also along with Salvatore. And the center ice, I give a warm welcome on to bring the new competitor. And with the contest, to be determined. Now enjoy the first game, everyone. Caps, Stars, next on EA Sports. We'll see you later, everyone, for the first intermission, second intermission, and the final game for the post-game show after this. It's a big night here in Dallas. Hi, everybody. I am MePhone 11. And joining us with my broadcast partner is Salvatore. And the third is 2. It's one of the big nights here in Dallas hockey as we start the opening season of Season 5. Puck is dropped and we are underway. Glad we have you with us. Let's get the game started. Starting groups with a starting goaltender. We have Jake Ottinger. And the other side is Logan Thompson. Here are the starting players as we have this Mikko Rantanen. He'll start things in the Capitals territory. McMichael with the puck now finding it for Hevery again to John Carlson. He looks to Hevery. Hevery makes his own way. Down to Heiskanen. He will now grab his puck away. Now he will give it over to Rantanen. Rantanen with some confident speed. Snag down in toward the zone. He'll give it to Lindell. Again over the outside of Heiskanen. Here's a chance. Lindell shoots. Saved by Logan Thompson. Alex Ovechkin with the puck. They'll send it over the other way. Ovechkin sets it to Carlson. Good block shot by Esa Lindell. And this will be rebound by Duchesne. What's I say now about the group pins and the teammates, you say about the Duchesne in the moment. You know the thing? I know about the thing. This one keeps in with Rantanen and the teammates. They sure do. Keeping the right on the ever that they do for. This is a good block shot for Esa Lindell to keep things going. Here's a set to Luke Pitts. It shoots blocked, and this one goes right over to Alex Ovechkin. The Capitals goes right to Nick Dow the other way. He'll clear that zone out of here and right around the net. And the Stars will regain the group. Here's Duchesne, right toward and away. He'll send to Luke Pitts. That one gives it over to Nick Dow. He'll find Tom Wilson. Wilson, in toward the wing. That one was given over. Petrovic gives it off to Hintz. Hintz will give to Jason Robertson. Back to Hintz. Hintz shoots, blocked. Rebound by Sandin. And the other one gives a detour and goes right the other way. Clear that zone out, Stars with the puck. The thing what I said about this before, when you give a block shot for the Capitals, you've seen about things before, and you don't know how that is going to change out. That really makes a mistake, and you don't know how that's going to happen. That one really might pressure it off too soon. This is shot. What a save by Ottinger. He'll go right over to the pins to clear it out. The rebound by the Stars. Lundqvist with the puck. He'll now send it off to Luke Pitts. Great mind changer when you need to do for things. That's what you need to try to do for. You got to make sure you're really onto a task. And Chukwan now finding to steal. Here's a shot. Big save by Thompson. And he will stop that puck to freeze here with under 15 minutes in the first period. Great start here. And to say about Jake Ottinger, he made one of the nice saves to make things with a good pressure. But that's a great save of it for the night. And when he's got it open, he was wide awake. He got a great sponge afterward to get a little Fred analyzing. You got to give that one a good use. Sending over to the center ice, I will now send it over, is 2 about Jake Ottinger. Thanks, folks. Talking about Jake Ottinger, he was really one of the best sponge of the game. And to show things off, was one of our big styles in the save of the game against the other teams. The last time playing against the Edmonton Oilers was turned to be one of the famous and the changings all for once. He made it a great one to take anything that's more possible to the eye. I have some great eyes on a carry here for Jake Ottinger for one of the nicest of the game, and let's see how he can handle it. Guys? Bosca sends it over to Blackwell. Here's Blackwell. The move around there. Shot saved by Thompson. He'll now send the Protas again to Sordif. Washington's back in the offense zone. And you'll have it over in the corner. Giving the pass over again is broken up. Here's Fosca sent again to Kachawan. Irukawan with a spin shot. That one is carried out of the way, and it's rebounded up by the Stars. One time Lindell shoots wide. He scores! Asa Lindell with the first goal against the Capitals. They stop the ball 1-0. Now, when you look about Asa Lindell, we have to give him a better look at the angle. When the one shot does, that's a one-timer that you give it to a tip, and that one is given over. This is what happens with the shot speed, and you see that one given over. It's the banger on the attack when you give that one a good start. Doesn't really think that one's going to get in there, but that is where that starts for the one player at all to give out a first goal. Stars starts up with a 1-0 lead in the first period. And with that one, it will be Chikwa, and he'll have that puck the other way. Here's Ovechkin. Fires a shot. Big save by Jake Ottinger. He'll send it off to Steele. And he looks off to Kikkowan. That one is carried over by Thompson. And now it's rebounded by Roy. Roy sends to Dylan Strome the other way. Capitals with the puck now finding the answer. Here's a flare shot. Glove save by Jake Ottinger. What a snatch. He makes a catch release, man. I gotta love it. That one with Jake Ottinger. That one was a big snatch, a quick release shot, and that one was a big one on the tank. I'd love to see about that to give it to Jake Ottinger a good look. A lot of time left in the period. It is a 1-0 lead. Dallas Stars as they are already picking up the pace. Broken a stick, and it's rebounded up by Ovechkin. Great save by Jake Ottinger. Well, you see what Jake Ottinger made it do now? That one really made it look like it's a dub. A start off to the point. I don't think that this one would be just start off to give that.
First goal in the game.
Shane to Heiskanen.
Goal of the season. Score by number
right to it
23.
again. Now to Duchesne. Here's Johnson right to it in the wing. He will send to Heiskanen.
Here's the by number 28.
Sent to Duchesne. Saved by Logan Thompson. Now the Stars will carry out in the zone. Here's Alex Ovechkin. Oh, he went
Time and
right
goal.
over
7
into
minutes,
the
10
wall.
seconds in the first
Into the
period.
bench.
That's Issa Lindell. His 55th goal of the season.
when you do
First
things
goal of the
now,
game.
because he went right over the board. He just lost control, so that went right into the home bench. Got to give a little watch out here with the bare heads up here. Johnson right to her in the wing. He'll fire that one around the net. Heiskanen right to her in the outside of the zone. He'll set to Lyubushkin. He's a set here to Heiskanen as we pass the midway mark of the first period. Here's a shot. He scores! But they're going to have to take a look at it again to see if it was clear or not. I think the officials are going to say about this. Let's see what happened with that. Yeah, there's a little push off and a little scrimmage afterward. You're spotting it on. You don't think that's a good goal? Well, I think they're going to have to deny it because I think there is a no-go on that play. Do you see any evidence here? Yeah, I think I do see it. I think there's a little evidence here showing off. I think the Stars had ran it over. So that one will give it a withdraw, and that will overturn the call with the goal, a 2-0 lead. So that one will change it over to have no goal for the Dallas Stars. Yeah, it's a little disappointing when you do things like that. It doesn't seem like it was a star enough and you need to do for one thing to another. Try to be very careful. You don't want to make a mess up at anything. Lyubushkin now sends to Blackwell. Blackwell sent Lyubushkin. Basket shot saved by Thompson. Thompson will stop that puck here. There's only 9:12 remaining in the first period. So a lot of time left to get through. Fosca wins the face-off. Here's Lyubushkin. He sets to Lundqvist. Lundqvist looks over to Lyubushkin. He'll make some new changes here to give it off. Fosca shot. Big stop hey by Thompson. He gives it off to Frank. And now it's for Hervery as the Capitals will clear the zone. It's given over by Oscar Bob. Fosca fires it around the net. And Blackwell will cover the hook. He'll hand it over to Lyubushkin. Here's Lundqvist again, now again to Lyubushkin. One-time shot, Pascal, big patch save made by Thompson.
Well, the Thompson really made a great save. Gotta see what you can do for. Because sometimes when you don't get it right, you don't want to make that one feel like you're pumped alone.
Whoa, snatched by Ottinger. It goes back the other way to Lundqvist.
You see how this gets? That's what happens when Jake Ottinger really made it look great. But nothing really sets a matter if you do things.
Robertson on the attack behind the back. Lyubushkin will settle it down. That finds to Petrovic. Uses set to Lyubushkin. Now again to Hintz. Hintz again. Here's a set. Robertson. He scores! First goal against the Capitals. Andy Robertson. First goal of the game.
Dude, you gotta go afternoon to see what happens. And there's a lot of Robertson, and you gotta give it to him. And there's one change what you need to do for him. That's a far range when you gotta get to. Great shot angle. Now you see what happened with Jason Robertson? That's the first goal when you need to take in. It doesn't get better on that? Not really. It doesn't really know how this one is going to change because after that with Britain Hoop Hintz, you don't see when it gets to carry in there. Because after it gets the first goal, you give him a little slack up.
Dallas Stars up for 2. A great start in the first period with under 7 minutes remaining in the first.
That's a bing bang.
Here's Protos the other way. Now finds to Wilson. Petrovic kicks it over. Now he gives it off to Robertson. He goes down. Right out of the blue line, it will regroup. Now as for the Capitals, they'll try to make a new change off here. As for Hevery, as goes the other way. Now finds to Wilson. Wilson dumps it around the puck, and it's rebounded by the Stars. Here comes Kinsk. He'll send it over to Jason Robertson. A set to Bork. No stick lifted here. No penalty on Washington. Tom Wilson takes the puck. And here's Protos. Protos with the shot. In angle inbounding. That one is given over by Jake Ottinger as he will freeze the puck with under 5:30 remaining. Now sending over to center ice again is 2. And he'll talk things more about from Alex Ovechkin, the grade 8 from the Caps. That's right, folks. Thank you so much. As we talked about one of our biggest of the ultimate of Alex Ovechkin. He makes it one of his great ultimate of his project on his goal. And now he gets 919 in his career. And he's been pulling his up before the end of the season for his career. The biggest moment of the life change is making it so great and powerful. The moment is well true. All Caps fans really love his support. And we do love it too. We'll hope to see how Alex Ovechkin finishes for the final season. Guys, thank you too. Now finding again to Ernie. He's battled along the boards. It's rebounded up by Alex Ovechkin.
You know, I said about Alex Ovechkin, he makes it like one of his best stops.
Now see what he can do. That's one of our great takes. A blocked shot, and that gives it over to Harley after Jake Ottinger with the save.
Yeah, that really has to give Spill so much time.
Time to go. 13 minutes, 1 second in the first period of the game. That's Jason Robertson, his first goal of the game, 169 total career. Assisted by Alexander Petrovic and Group Hintz at 14 minutes, 1 second in the first period.
As he finds to Thomas Harley. Thomas Harley goes down. It's rebounded by Alex Ovechkin. Here comes a fast break for Alex Ovechkin. Fires it. Save made by Jake Ottinger. Rebound by Thomas Harley. Send a deep pass. Icing is the call. That'll be on Dallas Stars. And that will be with only 2:34 remaining in the first period. If you like one of the NHL matchups, you will love it too, as we will get out tons of stuff to find things on the media. Be sure to follow NHL on their social medias and find them on YouTube of NHL TV. You will find the great stuff here with some big highlights and some flashbacks that you may remember and the postseason advantages. Follow them on the go, no matter where you are. Harley kicks that one out of here. And this one will have to go all the way back and then set some group line changes for the Dallas Stars. Here's Thomas Harley. He will now try to get that over. A news change. A set to Mikko Rantanen. Duhaney with the puck steal, finding to Bouviller. Oh, he rumbled it down right toward into the end of his zone. That's going to hurt.
You know the big problem with that? That makes a rumble noise. Gotta watch out for that.
Under a final minute remaining in the first period, another save made by Jake Ottinger with 53 seconds remaining in the first period.
That was one of the biggest hits I've ever seen about this pool. But that's a big rumble on Bouviller. You don't want to make that mess up.
Fosca sends it over to Miro Heiskanen. He will dump across the box, sends it over, now finding to Fosca. Fosca back steps, looks over to Lindell. Lindell can't find an open room. He will send it around the net and rebound by Fosca. Fosca sends to Heiskanen. Bach send a pass to Heiskanen. Shoot save by Logan Thompson. Time running down. Here's Bach. Glove save. And just the time down to the end. That comes to the end of the first period.
You're down
Great start here for the Stars with some big hit.
That's what you need to do for
wham. First period has come to the end. We'll get you back soon and be ready for the second period. Be back after this break. Hey folks, welcome to the first intermission of the NHL 26 on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here as we are taking a look to see what's going on with some guest games. As we show things off here from some big action trackers right into the range here as we have some big shots on the range. Now we got some good ones here. The good started for the Dallas Stars. They have taken a lead with a 2-0 lead over the Washington Capitals. As for Tom Wilson, he has tried to make 2 shots of this game with some box scores of the night. He's a lot of them to make the range here, sometimes with a better raging angle. There's some great action tracks to show things off at the shot angles to keep things from moving. And for some managing other teams, they're still going to be a little bit after the range. And for some little feedbacks to give here, a strong game as we are playing the game to show things off how they did. And let's go ahead and get some trackers down to get things in. For the first intermission, it was 13 both shots on goal with 10 over 7 on a hit for Washington, 5-15 over 101 for Dallas on a time on attack, 95 over 85 passing with only 5 and 5 face-off wins. Let's have your status about the Dallas Stars for you, Terry. Well, I got a lot to say. They love the hustling. They did so well that they're a great start in the first period, but this is where I really love seeing things. It's great reaction from Jake Ottinger. He made a great save to keep things up. Let's hope that he can definitely do things again. And now your status for the Washington Capitals. Well, they're going to have to play really hard, so they're going to have to find a way to get things through. I know it's not the day, but hey, let's figure this out if they can definitely make a comeback in the range. It's nothing to be worried about, but as you know, it's where it comes into. Let's keep playing and do for well. I would say so too, so let's find out how that happens. And with that being said, the first intermission report has come to the end. We'll get you back here soon for the second intermission after this second period. Now let's go back to Dallas. Me Phone 11, back to you. See you later, everybody, for the second intermission. Welcome back to the second period as we're ready to get things flushed up and ready to get things back on ice. It's the second period of the NHL 26. All right, we are back in action right now as we are all fueled up and set for takeoff. All right, let's have your take here of how they did in the first period for you, Sal. Your takes.
Well, the thought of it is turning to be a great start for Dallas Stars. They're doing so well, and I know they were doing really well. Highest on the peak is the bigger on the amount, and I love seeing things on a transaction. You know, the best thing about it is when they're doing it well, they just gotta keep working, keep training. Let's push it off again. I love the coach's feedback. That's where I love to see things start. Let's see how they can handle it.
On the start for the Capitals, he'll dump it out of the zone, and this will be Mikko Rantanen with the puck. Here's a set to Esa Lindell. Scooped it across the Miro Heiskanen. Heiskanen slows things down here on the outside of the zone. Kicks up. Rourke lost that angling. Strome takes it out and rebounded by the Capitals. It's rebounded by the Stars.
Robertson gets a little tumble, and no penalty given here by Dallas Stars. Here's Ovechkin, sets it over to Strome. Another hit here for the Stars on a 10. He has it again to Jason Robertson. He slows things down, now find his, shoots, glove save by Thompson. He now sets it for Reverie again to Dugambi.
So that's what happens with the great take on this one. The gloving on the save is a big snapper to keep things up. Right out of range, you have to do what you're more likely to take.
The Stars are back in the offense zone. He fires that one around the net again to Bork. Bork, right to Hintz. He sets to Lyubushkin. Can't get a cutoff, and it's rebounded by Robertson. Robertson sets it over to Lyubushkin. Give it back over to Robertson. Trying to make a new change here, but still haven't found anybody. He'll dump that out of here, and it goes right around the net. Lundqvist has got the puck, now finding it over to Rupins. He'll send it over to Ernie. Ernie. Fire! Save made by Thompson on a slapper. Oh, a big rumble down here. That one is going to make him hurt.
You know, there's no change when you need to do for. That really is a big smackdown.
Ernie right to her in the wing. He'll set it again to Lyubushkin. Lundqvist shoots, saved by Thompson. Rebounded by Hitchcock. Stars keeps moving around. Ernie shoots. Rejected. Now find out again to Duhamel. Duhamel clears that zone out. Lundqvist will now set it over to Lyubushkin. Here's the Lundqvist. He sets it over to Steele. Roy takes that puck over. Battle for the loose puck in the chain. It's rebound by Duhamel. Duhamel watching the pressure here. He sets it. Lundqvist takes it over. Now he has it at the Hitchcock. And with a new line group change for the Stars and for the Caps. Alexis Protas with the puck. And here's McMichael. McMichael goes down and he has it again to Steele. Steele gives it over to Ernie. Finds it over to Hitchcock. Shoots deep, save made by Thompson. Ernie trying to watch things out. The backhander's blocked. Rebound by Steele. Steele keeps it in with a shot. What a save by Thompson! Oh, wow! What a stopper! Well, good chance here for the Dallas Stars, and now this will go back the other way.
Well, you got to do things now. I mean, when you do things like for Dallas Stars, you see how Logan Thompson, what an amazing save he has making it do for. He denied it on the great effort.
Here's another set to Protas. Stars with some new groups. Here's Protas. Blocker save made by Ottinger. And here's Shea now finds it again to Rantanen. Rantanen shoots, save by Thompson. He'll stop that in play with under 12 minutes remaining in the second period.
You got to say about Ernie about this. I mean, when the rebound is making a good loose, he just making that one with a smackdown, so that really makes him a hurt. And a little clash out there to try to head it off to Forevery.
Lots of time left to be played in this period. The Stars makes a cruise control on the driver's spot, a 2-0 lead. And the win for the Capitals. Here's Van Riestad. Van Riest with the shot, swing and a miss. A set, shot, save made by Ottinger. Rebound by Rantanen. Gets bumped up, rebounded by Petrovic. He'll send it over to Mikko Rantanen. He'll now find Johnston. Fires it, save off by Thompson. He'll stop that in play with only 11:06 remaining in the second period. They have a lot of face-off to do for on the attack, but still comes up short here for the Capitals and the Stars to have it even. The win for Rupins. Here's a shot, go for tip-in chance. That one stays out, and Robertson will now have a rebound in. Bork shoots, another save made by Logan Thompson. That really made it get a hit, if they're going to get it. Bork shoots, stop by Thompson. Just 10:29 remaining in the second period, and the Capitals still trying to find an answer. Still a lot of time left to be played in this period. Still 2-0 lead as the Capitals gotta find the answer. He loses the face-off, and it's now for Hevery. He will now find it to Carlson, and McMichael will now send it over to Verhevery. Here's another one to Jalen Strome, and it's being picked up. Robertson gives over to Hintz.
Kint slows this down, trying to get to Petrovic. Bumped it and saved up by Thompson. Past the midway mark in the second period, as they're still looking for a chance to get on the board for the Capitals. And now the win here, and here's Roy. He sets to Laperia. Laperia enters the zone. He'll now try to take the move on. That's a great save made by Jake Ottinger and rebounded up by the Stars. Stars lose one. Laperia to DeHamy, shoots one. Never saved by Jake Ottinger. Full pressure, blocked by Perry. Petrovic again to Hicks. Hicks loses the effort. Here comes Bork. Bork shoots one. Glove saved by Thompson.
That's what you're going to have to do for, because you don't want that to get messing up again. You got to make sure you got to watch that one out, or else you don't want to get cut into pieces.
Ice getting that finds to Rantanen. He looks to Lindell. Shoots one. Never saved made by Thompson. Goes right to Laperia. Again to Bouvillon. Bouvillon. He slides it over to Cross and DeHamy on a big chance effort, and Ottinger will try to lead things off his own, and you will find it over to Heiskanen. Heiskanen gives it off to Duchesne. He smashes straight down into center ice, and it goes to Tom Wilson the other way. A chance play, rebounded up by Heiskanen after a save by Ottinger.
That's really a dangerous zone out there. Gotta watch that one out.
Rantanen the other way. You'll now find it over to Lindell. Oh, a big hit on the center one. That gets a little bit of a bump and go here. Chikrin now finds it over to Serdif. The Capitals are back in the offense zone. Try to watch out with the zone. But shoots over the net and saved up by Duchesne. What a great stop by Ottinger. Sandin shot, pad save made by Ottinger. Tries to watch that one out. Trying to go for the cut. It's blocked up and rebounded by Lindell.
You didn't see that? That's nothing to matter about it. Try to get it out of the zone if you can.
Johnston waiting for some new line groups here. As he'll now try to take a swing off. He'll now give to Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen lost that control. Here's Sandin with under 5:30 remaining in the second period. Leonard still looking around here. Here comes Leonard, backhander saved by Ottinger. Here's Steele, the other way down to the end. Looks off to Ernie. Ernie gives it over to Lundqvist. Here's the set. Lyubushkin on the backhander, that won't be enough, and that's Van Riestad to get over to Dowd. Here's Frank. Frank shoots, missed again. Snatches it down, now finds it to Lyubushkin. He'll have it over. A smackdown right into the wall, and it's rebounded by the Capitals.
Well, Atkin's going to get definitely get hurt, and then really is going to make that one stand.
Oh, here comes the odd-man rush. Frank, glove save by Ottinger. Just enough time to stop the puck, and they'll get another face-off coming up.
Well, what a great chance by a breakup, and then this is the one-on-one attack. You give that one to Frank, and that is a great move around, and you have to give that one a better zone. I would as Ottinger, he made it out one of the nicest save to give that one a good chance.
Lots of time left to be played in this period. The Stars still have a 2-0 lead over the Washington Capitals. The win for Caps. That one is blocked up, and it's blocked it up again to Harley. He now sets it to Bach. Bach sends it around the net, and rebound by Blackwell. Blackwell, the Petrovic. Here's Harley, the other way. Nowhere to find, and it's Alex Ovechkin the other way. Sets to McMichael. McMichael shoots, save by Ottinger. As he does so, it's now Mackenzie Blackwell the other way. Blackwell will have it over, now finding it again. Petrovic gets slammed right to the board and rebound by Bach. Bach loses the effort, and here's McMichael. Again to Strome, the other way. Here's a set to McMichael. McMichael shoots, stopped made by Ottinger, and rebounded by Petrovic.
Well, and see, now the goaltender spends so much time, you got to give that one a better effort. There's no crowd chance when you need to do for.
Fire shot, big save by Ottinger. Blackwell will clear that zone out. Icing is the call. He will stop that in play with only 1:43 remaining.
Nearing closer to the end of the second period, it is a 2-0 lead, Dallas Stars. The win for the Caps. Fires it. Broken the stick here, and he'll have to get a new replacement. That's what happens when you need to get that one. The dirty treatment for the ice stick. It doesn't get better on that. Linda. And that's given over to LaFerriere. While Wheeler down to a final minute in the second period. Set for Dudamy. It's blocked up. And he went down, and it's rebounded for Emery. Another great save by Ottinger. Oh, what a nice chance afterward. You got to give that one a better effort. Around the net, here's Hitz. Hitz to Robertson. He shoots, misses again. Timing is ticking down with only 15 seconds. Carlson, move around, save by Ottinger. And it's now Roope Hintz. A chance for a three. Wipes him out from the corner. Glove saved by Thompson, and that will end the second period.
And that's going to
be the
toughest
on the game
to
have a 2-0 lead.
And the
Stars on the cruise control, but the Capitals got to find a goal to get on the board. It's 2-0 in the first game. Stick around. Third period is next after the break. Hey folks, welcome to the second intermission report here for our Dallas Stars and Washington Capitals of NHL 26. As we spot things on here for our finishing ones, we've got a great ones to keep on coming back. As this one, after the end of the second period, it was 29/27 total shots on goal. Then it was 23/21 hits for Washington Capitals. Then it was 801/226 for the time on attack. 93/84 passing effectiveness for Washington Capitals and 11/6 faceoff wins. No power plays was given in the penalty minutes by both teams, so there's more that had to get better than one. So we'll have to find out if there is a choice for the Caps to get on the board. All right, there, Terry Crews, there is nothing to say about this, about the penalty, but what's your feedback on this one for the Dallas Stars? I mean, they played very well. I mean, they've done a lot of focusing range, and they are just doing so much effort. They're working some hard time effort, attractness, and it wasn't really that clear afterward to do for things. It just really need to make sure it's the better right choosing for to give the better effort. They've done so well. They got to keep playing like a legit. And now let's have it over to you, Son of Beast, for the Washington Capitals. Well, they got to find an answer. They got to look for an open look, so they got to find a answer to the goal, so that way they can get on the board and then try to keep it moving. I think we'll have to see about this if they can try to keep moving it back. All right, that's it for now. So, second intermission has come to the end. And now we bring on to the third period as I send back to Dallas, me phone 11, and Salvatore. Post-game show is coming up next after the third period of the game. We'll see you all later, everybody, after this scrimmage of the game for the opening matchup. Stay tuned for the post-game and 3-star players of the game, plus the final statistics. Enjoy, everyone. Are you ready for the third? It's the third period of NHL 26. Glad you have us back with us today as we are finishing up our third period of the night. It comes down to this. What do you say for now, there, Sal? Let's have your takes. Well, the good thing about this one here, about Sal, knows about Jake Ottinger. He made it one of the nicest on the team to give that one a good pressure. One of my best ones is a better say to have the energizer, and he's been doing so well to keep that one in a nice comfort zone, and he's been like keeping it up on the fresh stuff to pull things out. He's rolling in big tonight, and he's gaining all down. As the Stars are rolling and grabbing around, it's still a 2-0 lead. Johnson wins the faceoff, and it's now Lindell the other way. Here's a chance now to Heiskanen. Heiskanen slows in a shot. Pat saved by Robert Thompson and rebound by Duchesne. That's another disappointing point advantage, and they need to do something like that. So they got to give them a better effort. Johnson can't get it to go, and it goes right around the net. And rebounded by the Stars as Lindell takes over. Oh, here comes Alex Ovechkin. Man rush. Stop by Oettinger, but he tipped it and he scores. Alex Ovechkin gets their team on the board with 1:23 remaining. Well, that happened with that, so that makes him a little bit of a little slip. And you can see what happened to Oettinger. He messed that one up. Watch what Ovechkin made. He had that one tipping back in. There, that's a sign. You don't see about this. I mean, he's just pushing in with the puck on the plate, and you had it kicked in. It's not really a better chance when you need to do for, so you have to watch out with that. That's Oettinger, a better miscommunication effort. It is the tightest of the game, and it's now a 2-1 lead for the Dallas Stars as they already cut back by 1. It's great to say now they found an answer here in the third period. Let's see what they have to do. Thomas Hurley now sends it over to Robertson. Robertson, went down. That's the biggest of a hit. And you'll have to try to regroup up for the Stars. Harley, nowhere to find. And here's Tom Wilson. Racing toward the chain. Poked it. No rebound here, and it's Oettinger with the cover on the puck with only 17:39 remaining. Well, I see about Alex Ovechkin when you need to do for things. This rebound will not be kept and taken on the carry, but he has been like dominating on the pressure. He's really like trying to help his teammate out, but it won't be like that after all. But Alex Ovechkin good at something that is very good to keep things from rolling around in. And this is where the breakaway chain really made him do for. That's on the board. So the team finds Alex Ovechkin as he gets his another goal in the game. This time you'll have to see if the tie game comes in. The win for the Caps. Fire saved by Oettinger.
Washington goal, his first goal in the game, 898th total goal of his career. Score unassisted, number 8, Alex Ovechkin. Time of the goal, 1 minute and 23 seconds in the third period. That's Alex Ovechkin, his first goal in the game, 898th goal of his career, unassisted by the team. At 1:23 in the third period.
Harley moves to Steele. Steele shoots, close save by Thompson. Rebound by Forevery. The other way now finding the Protas. Protas slicks the move. Protas again to Sordif. Shoots it off the glass and rebounded up by Wilson. There's a chance in play and a stop made by Oettinger. You'll find Steele. Steele looks to Hitcherwan. Hitcherwan now finds again Ernie. Ernie shoots, blocked by Forevery. The Capitals are back in the offense zone. And here's Alex Ovechkin, the wing. Trying to look for a move to make the slap shot, but it was carried out. Sam Steele slows things down, and he doesn't find anybody. He'll have it over to Bouviller. Bouviller with the chance on a shot over the glass and rebounded up by the Stars. He misses so much time afterward. I mean, that's going to make that one a miss. Here's a set now over to Chikrin again to Bouviller. Bouviller lost that one the angle and rebounded by Duchesne. He'll have it over to Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin now finds it over to Johnston. Johnston has it to Lundqvist. Here's Duchesne the other way. Spades. Looks to Lyubushkin. Again to Lundqvist. He now finds Lyubushkin again to Rantanen. And then shot. He scores! Big quick release man. That's 295 his career. You don't care about that one afterward about Nico Rantanen. That is a great goal. You see what happened with Zero Heiskanen, and he now give it over to Heiskanen, and then it's Rantanen. Not a big shot when you have a big release. You know, that's where you need to see things out. But the higher release when you take it, it's a better effort. You don't see how you're going to get, but that really is a better start to make things that are living. That's a great setup here to keep things from out of the way and good to make it through. Dallas Stars goes up to 2, and there's now a 3-point game in the third period. Another big bang here, another big timer. I love to see about that. Another Utah moment. It really made to say now. I mean, you can't get rid of it for real. I would say so. Miro Heiskanen with the puck. He has it to Lindell. He now finds Bork. Bork shot. That one carried it over, and no rebound here for the Capitals. Here's Lindell. Finds Heiskanen.
His first goal of the game.
Heiskanen wants some a little new change up here. Score by number
And there's
96.
Alex Ovechkin.
Miko
Ovechkin
Rantanen.
trying to work his way across the Strome.
Assisted by number 46.
blocked the shot and rebounded up by Bourque. The rebound by Roy. 12:40 to go in the third period.
Time and goal, 5 minutes 54 seconds in the third period. That's Miko Rantanen, his first goal in the game. 295 goal career. Assisted by Lundqvist, Niles Lundqvist, and 5:54 in the third period.
Bach loses one. On the effort by Heiskanen, here's Lindell, swing and a miss. Rebound by Strome. Strome carry along the other way. That one is given out. Blackwell fights it over to Heiskanen. Heiskanen with a big pass over again to Bach. Bach fires it around the net. Duhamel loses the effort. Koska with the rebound. Now finds it over to Heiskanen. Heiskanen Rantanen. Heiskanen on a shot. He scores! That's 2 in a row for Miko Rantanen. You get it enough of now, and that's 2 in a row. You don't have to swear for that. You get a good goal. Now, I don't know how he did, but that's one of the biggest on the table. He found a cut, and now it happens with another one. That's another goal, and you have to do for Miroski. He made that one a little bit shitty. Just like a best one of the effort, I didn't really stick it through. That one was a big save on the game, and for Oshkonen, he just noticing that it's for Rantanen to give a quick release. It's a bad enough now for Miko Rantanen. He has really made 2 of his goals this game. After Heiskanen and Koska, he makes that one another great stick in the move. He makes it possible enough to have it all end down. Counter play has really been like turning to be afterwards. He loves that effort. I'll find out what his third goal can be, if he can definitely take it away. Back to you guys. With only 10:40 remaining, here's Lundqvist. He loses that one, and it's rebounded by Rantanen. Rantanen's so excited to see if he can get his third goal in the game, so we'll have to find about that. Yeah, I think so. I mean, what happened with that if you don't take the effort? You might have to lose the effort. Here's Tom
second
Wilson.
goal of the game.
Wilson move around, big save by Ottinger. Now there's a Miko Rantanen. Past the midway mark in the third period. And now it's rebounded up by
assisted
Wilson.
by number 4, Miro Heiskanen.
Backs off the same beam. Broken slip. It's Johnson for the replacement. Yeah, looks like that same beam need a new
46
stick.
seconds in the third period. That's Miko Rantanen, his second goal of the game. 296 goal of his career. Assisted by Miro Heiskanen and Radek Fakska.
Goes right over toward the line, and it's rebounded by Hintz. Hintz gives it over to Robertson. Here's the Hintz. What a save by Thompson. And he now has it over to McMichael. You can't just really get away from this one for Logan Thompson. He really made it look like it's a better one than that. Here's Robertson the other way with only 8:20 remaining in the third period. Fires that one around net. He looks over to Bourque. Now tries it again to Petrovic. Petrovic looks to Bourque. Bourque sets the kicks. There's no penalty given here. Oh, give it away from him, Alex Ovechkin. He did it again. It's another goal for a root. It's now let's watch that one again. He made a little ricochet and he had that one spinning. I mean, I felt like, nope. I'm willing to do it the other way. And I feel like, well, that's one of the big ankle breakers on Alex Ovechkin. See how much shooting percentage goes into, and that really makes it another great goal. He had that one snapping it in, got a good save. That's what we're and you don't find anything, and that was a great screen. And what happened to Petrovic, he found a good look. He got a great screen to help him out. So that's what happened to him for. And so with that, Alex Thompson enters, exits the crease. It'll be Charlie Lindgren. He will be replacing it in for the Washington Capitals. Yeah, it's a big knock here. And what to say about it now, it's been like always a big fans favorite. What to say about Thompson, he makes out on the pitch. We always miss him, but the appreciation can do to keep things from going. Here's Leonard's shot, blocked up by Harley. And here's Ernie the other way, now finding the Kitchewan. Kitchewan losing the effort. And that one will send it out of the zone, and now it will be rebounded by the Capitals. Frank looks off, fires, blocked the shot, and it's rebounded by Steele as he now hits to Petrovic. He's off to Kitchewan. Hits the one pass, broken up, and it goes all the way into the Stars' territory.
It's first goal in the game.
Dallas back in the offense zone as Lindell was with a better pick.
Oh,
a big chance for Frank. And that one was carried out by Tom.
Assisted by number 22.
Not for however he shot.
By number 28.
Getting to Lindell.
Time to goal, 12 minutes, 15 seconds in the third period. That's Rupen's first goal of the game. His 176th goal of his career. Assisted by Marvin Cork and Alexander Petrovic at 12 minutes, 15 seconds in the third period.
You're going to stoppage and play with only 5:32 remaining. Just 38 over 33. As we recall in a recap here for Dallas Stars, they've won against the Chicago Blackhawks at United Center in Chicago. And for the Capitals, they won last season against the Winnipeg Jets with an unbelievable score in a 4-3 game. It was no better than that, but they've really been changing it through. And how do you think the Dallas Stars have been playing it for?
I mean, they're doing a lot of better effort. I mean, it don't seem like they was being shot out already. This is now 5 games in a row in a win. So, looks like they definitely are keeping things going and clear. Man, I'll never see how they can get there, and then so far, give that one a better look.
We're under 5 minutes remaining, presented by Discover. And there's Blackwell. He will slow things up a bit. A back behind Heiskanen. Off to Feska on a block shocker. That one is a big save by Charlie Lindgren. McMichael sends it over to Alex Ovechkin. And glove step Bay on a sponge by Lindell from Ottinger.
Oh, what a nice effort out there. I mean, that Ottinger made a really nice save. He got a good tuck. I mean, great effort. It's a great strike.
Book right toward wall, now finding Lundqvist. He looks to Lindell. Shoots for deflection, and that one is carried out by Charlie Lindgren. Chikra now finds it again to Brodos. Brodos on the attack. Moves it in. Rebound by Lindell. Final 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Makes a spark in the plug for Frank. Here's Bork. Bork slows things down a little bit. And he carries it out. It's rebound by Tom Wilson. Here he comes. And then right Midwest territory scores. Tom Wilson gives it a 34 goal in this season, and he has it on with a carry in for a 4-2 game. Now watch what happened with a little bit of a bad takeover here. You don't seem like it was going to carry out because the Abe rush, he made that one looking clear. Somehow really made that one a little changing, so you don't get a good effort. That's when Tom Wilson made a little shooting percentage. He just really kind of got a knock out of it to keep him rolling from out. Capitals are down by 3, but there is not much time left to get things moving. 17:45 was the time on a goal effort, and it's Lundqvist with the puck win. Now you'll send to Johnson. A set to Rantanen with great glove save by Lindgren. He'll stop it in play with just about 2 minutes remaining in the third. Who had a better play of the night? I will send it over to 2 for the answer. Well, folks, I've been talking right now, and it's just all the better effort that I love to see. It's all for the greatness of the
Washington goal, his first goal of the game, his 108th goal of his career, score unassisted, number 43, Tom Wilson. Time to goal, 17 minutes, 35 seconds in the third period. That's Tom Wilson, his first goal of the game, 108th goal of his career, unassisted by the team in the third period at 17:35.
I'm going to keep an eye here for our next game to see what happens on the next tape, guys. Down to a final minute in the third period as Mikko Rantanen sets it to Shane, and now Leverage with the chance. Here's Rantanen overhead, and that one's carried out by Charlie Lindgren. Oh, never going to see that. That was an amazing block shot. What a tip. Block shot, Petrovic. Trying to get a glove save by Charlie Lindgren, and with only 40 seconds remaining, here comes Brugel. Shoots save made by Jake Ottinger. One-timer has been knocked out again. Here's Sordic again. Carlson. And it's been wrapped it up. And that one will carry out of the zone. That one is for Duchesne. And Duchesne will glove it up, and we'll end it up here with just one final puck drop. 19 seconds remaining in the third. It's a big night for Jake Ottinger. He made it one of the nicest saves, but one time it was really just a nice take to get there. You see how quick reaction that would happen with Jake Ottinger? He made a nice save of the game. He has 13, and you gotta look. Crowd starts going on their feet in Dallas as for the final puck drop is given from here. And the win for the Caps. Carlson will now set to Frank with one last possession. Here's Frank, swings and misses. And that's going to do for now. The Stars win their opening season as they beat the Washington Capitals. And the night is all done. Stars wins the game, 5-2. You know, that's what happened when you always have to give him a better look. You know about Jake Ottinger? He's been a nice effort to get the finishing, a round of applause, and the streak goes on. Bang, bang. It's always been a great salute to the teams, and we salute just like the green of the Jeff. He names it all. Yeah, you gotta say so. It's been a nice effort to keep things going. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up here in Dallas. Big opening night has been successful, and there's a lot more coming into action to keep an eyes on the game. Along to and Sal, I'm Me411. Thank you for watching NHL 26 of the gameplay on EA Sports. You've been watching the NHL 26 gameplay on EA Sports. Good night, everybody. Alright guys, thank you so much. Time for 3-star players of the game as we start the 3rd star. Alex Petrovich with 3 assists and 3 hits. He made this one look a tightness on a score. Then, the 2nd star player of the game, the other side goes to Mikko Rantanen with 2 goals and 2 hits on the other end. This one made it look with a 2, but 3 won't be enough to give a quick release. And your 1st star player of the game is Jake Ottinger with 43 saves of the night. And here's the final statistics with the 5th games in a row for the Stars. They've been on a dominating effort. 45 over 39 total shots on goal, 38 over 30 for Washington Capitals, and it was 12-11 over 430 for the time on attack for Dallas. And it was 93 over 84 for Washington Capitals. And then it was 21 over 8 for Washington faceoff wins of the game. And there's no penalty. They've been shooken out. They don't feel like they were playing dirty at all. So that might have been a solution. Well, folks, that is going to wrap up for the first game. Thank you all very much for watching. And it's been a better solution to do for future things since we now know everything starts to change. A little difficulty, but we find something like, well, we'll see if that works. But now we got the first clip finished. We'll see what happens with more and more highlights to share things off for NHL 26. In the meantime, folks, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again next time. This is Terry Crews and Son of Beast signing out, and we'll see you all again for another game for a while as the NHL 26 gameplay. Thanks for watching, fellas. Good night, everyone.
If you don't, somebody will.